Ba-da-ba-ba. Greetings, everyone. You know this is your girl, Connie from Passion for Fitness. Yes. And what I have in my hand is a replica of muscle and a replica of fat. I get a little bit closer. They look distinctly different. The difference that I want you to focus on is fat is very gushy and ushy and wide, and muscle is very tight, compact. Okay, totally different. Same amount of weight, but totally different looks. And that's what I'm stopping here to talk about. Muscle gain, gaining strength and muscle. There's a saying out there now that says that being strong is the new skinny. And for me, I love that saying because as long as I've been in this industry, one thing I love to see now is that women and people just in general are embracing being stronger, looking fit, not just losing weight, but looking fit. I always try to tell my clients is that I want someone to see when you lose weight, they say, "Where do you work out at?" Not that, "Oh my goodness, are you sick?" It's two distinctly different looks. And so many times we have focused in the past about losing weight, but not also focused on how the weight loss look on us, and we want to look healthy. So I'm just stopping by today to give you 7 little tips, feedback, or tips I suggest to think about when you're trying to lose fat, gain muscle, okay? Lose fat and gain muscle. It's not as easy as people think to do, and many people know it's not that easy, but let me give you a few pointers. The first thing I want to talk about is they have a caloric deficit. That's with weight loss, period. But you want to have a low caloric deficit, which means that you're going to lose weight at a slower pace than just focusing on weight loss. Because when you lose weight, you also can be losing muscle mass. And if you lose a considerable amount of weight, you're losing a considerable amount of muscle mass. And you want to sort of not have that happen. And how you do that is not lose so much weight at such a rapid rate. Because when you do, you're also losing muscle mass. So of course, say for instance, in order to lose weight, you need to have a caloric deficit consistently at the end of each day. So if you did the numbers, and you should have a caloric deficit or intake 1,200 calories per day in order to see weight loss. And good weight loss is considered 1 to 2 pounds per week. That means you're not losing so much muscle mass, but you're losing actual weight. So if you do that, and you try, instead of using the 1,200 calories as your target, you get drastic and say, I want to lose weight much faster and have a 600 calorie intake. That is drastic, and your body does not do well with that. So what it's going to start doing is not only losing weight, but also start hitting the muscle. And that's when you start losing weight, but you don't look healthy with it, and we don't want that. So whatever that caloric deficit says for you to eat, you eat it and don't go below that. It's just as important to knowing not to eat too much, and when you're eating not enough. It's a balance between that. Number 2, be patient. Because you're losing weight at a much slower pace, you can become impatient because the scale is not moving the way you want it to look. How you counteract this in your mind and see how your body is transforming. You're still losing weight, but your body looks absolutely amazing, and you begin to feel the difference in your clothing. They fit better, they look better on you, okay? Number 3, making sure I'm getting all this, strict nutrition that's high in lean protein. That's just straightforward. Everybody pretty much knows that. If you want to gain muscle or lean muscle mass, you want to start eating a higher amount of protein if you're not already. Okay, that's the key. So think about doing 40% of protein in your diet. Proteins are a vast amount of foods, from chicken breast to beans, all these things. It's a huge list of things. Egg whites. But also what I want you to do when you're trying to gain more muscle is I want you to do a Google search to see what are the 5 highest protein foods out there. Definitely number 1 will be egg whites. So you want to incorporate, if you want to see the best results, incorporate the highest protein foods into your diet, okay? And then we go on, what we got next? Consider intermediate fasting. Intermediate fasting is pretty much, you guys may know, in which you do not eat for between 10 to 12 hours, and then you start consuming your food after that. So you do that every day, intermediate fasting. The name tells it all. And the reason sometimes that works well for people, it does definitely works well for me. I don't do it all the time, but periodically I go through intermediate fasting. One, it works great with my lifestyle because sometimes I don't get a chance to actually sit down and eat for that period of time. So that works for me, but I'm also being able to get enough calories to be effective. So it also is beneficial because the scientists say and the studies show that it helps your body learn how to burn calories in a more flexible way. It burns the carbs and is also able to burn your proteins in a flexible way and go back and forth in that ability. So try intermediate fasting, and once you get the hang of it, it becomes natural. Your body will start being okay not eating them periods of time, 10 to 12 hours. I know someone who's very, very pro intermediate fasting is this celebrity, The Rock. He looks amazing, but a lot of people do it because it works better with their lifestyle also, okay? Another thing is incorporate compound exercises at least 3 to 4 days per week, okay? In order to maintain, you can pass with 2 days, but when you're trying to see changes, you want to do compound strength training between 3 to 4 days per week, okay? Making sure you incorporate these muscles, these weights, and I want you to think about weights, not just getting light weights. Think about it when you're lifting and your strength training is that you're definitely trying to have the last 2 reps feel as if you almost can't do it, but you're able to still keep your form and get it done. You should feel that after you do a set that you need a recovery, that lactic acid buildup is to the point that you need an actual recovery. Shake yourself out and then do another set. That's very important, your strength training. And then we're going on. Of course, you still use cardio, but you can use cardio more as a recovery. I suggest cardio between 35 to 45 minutes per day. It could be walking, a light walk. If you're not into running, you don't have to do cardio just running and all that. As long as you're walking, but you're walking with a purpose, not walking just leisurely, like do. You're walking with a purpose, like you're really pumping them arms, you focus on what you're doing, and that'd be enough cardio for you to lose the weight and also keep your muscle mass. So between 35 to 45 minutes per day, well, not even per day, about 5 days out of the week, you'd be good to go. Okay, so use definitely cardio, it's very good. And number 7, the last one, and I wrote this down because a study has shown, especially a study was showing that a lot has to do with adjusting your exercise program. And what that basically means, and I'm gonna quote this, Dr. James Scoogie, a sports medicine physician with the Hulk Orthopedic Institute in South Carolina, says the way in which an exercise program is structured can impact the outcome of your training, meaning that if you adjust your number of sets, reps, and weight, that can significantly change the way you look and the way you feel. Let me give you an example. When you first start off your strength training, you want to keep your reps at between 10 to 12, okay? But as you increase your weight, decrease your reps. Okay, think about it that way. If you eat whatever weight you're doing, initially 10 to 12, but as you start getting stronger, start decreasing your reps. Your reps can be between 8 and 10 instead of 10 and 12 because you're increasing the weight. So always think of, don't get caught up in doing the same program every single month. I would say evaluate your program and what you're doing between 2 to 3 months. Every time, 2 to 3 months, take a look at what you're doing, change out your movements, change out your exercise, and definitely change out the weight that you're lifting because you should be getting stronger. Do not be scared to lift heavy, especially you females, okay? You would not get bulky, that's a myth. And if you see women with a lot of bulk that you don't like, it's because more than likely they are taking something such as steroids. It's just a fact. I cannot emphasize enough, I'm so happy to see more women embracing strength training because you look absolutely amazing. I always loved it. So it's great to see more people actually coming to me now asking, not about just losing weight. I hear more now than ever. 9 times 10 when they're walking through that door, I want to feel stronger and I want to feel fit. That's a totally different look, and I'm loving it. So maybe that is true, that that strong and lean is now the new skinny. I like it. I hope it sticks, because not just the physical, but also it's beneficial with your internal organs. It makes the organs much stronger, more effective when you have lean body mass. So think about it that way. That look is absolutely amazing. You'll feel great. Nothing helps anybody. I don't care what gender you are, that when you lift, it makes you feel confident. It lets your posture look absolutely amazing, and you're able to look as if you actually work out and not that you lost weight because you were sick. It's a difference, okay? Hope that helps. I got to go. Until next time, God bless. The journey continues. If you have any questions, anything such as that, call, text, or email me. I'm always here. Until next time, bye-bye.